All right, so this is a daily movement routine that you can do. It's best to do first thing in the morning when you wake up and just kind of get yourself started for the day, but you can do it anytime throughout your day. You can also take pieces of this routine and just use specific exercises and disperse it throughout your entire day. I call them movement stacks. So, let's say you're watching television and a commercial comes on, just pick one of these movements, perform it, and then go back to doing whatever you're doing. But if you do that multiple times a day, then you would have actually completed the entire routine. But I'm gonna demonstrate this. You can follow along with what I'm doing. I'm gonna do 3 repetitions on each side, or 3 reps total, but you're more than welcome to do more repetitions if you'd like. So here I have my makeshift countertop. You can place your hands on a wall, or you don't even need to use support, but if you're feeling unsteady on your feet, I would recommend just using some sort of support, just so that you can focus on the movement and not have to worry too much about your balance at this time. So my hands on the countertop. We're gonna reach overhead with one hand. I'm really trying to lengthen as much as I can, and then come back down. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So alternating overhead reach. Breathe in and breathe out as you come down. Breathe in as you reach up, breathe out as you come down. We'll do that once more on each side. Good, now we're gonna do our chest opener. So we're gonna twist, looking behind the back, come back. So one arm comes free, I'm gonna open up, thinking about opening up my chest, following my fingertips with my eyes, and then return. Twist, return. You should feel a nice stretch across your chest and your biceps. Good, one more time. Good. Next one, high knees. So this is where this might challenge your balance. We're gonna lift the knee up nice and high. We're gonna hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds and then slowly lower down. Switch, high knee, and then lower down. High knee, lower down. Try to keep your chest as upright as possible here. A lot of people have a tendency to lean forward as they're doing this, so you wanna keep the chest upright. I like to imagine that I'm resting an egg on top of my head. I'm trying not to let it fall. Okay, so those are our high knees. Next we have our butt kicks. So you may not be able to see it from this direction, but I will turn around. So here, we're gonna lift the heel up towards the butt. And this is an incredibly humbling exercise. So here you can see I'm lifting up. Now there's a couple things that tend to happen when we're doing this butt kick. First thing is we tend to lift our heel up, the knee will come forward. So what I want you to try to do is just make sure that that knee is backwards, or at least aligned with your other knee. And the other thing we like to do is we like to bend forward as we're doing this. So again, imagine you're balancing the egg on top of your head, and we're just bending at the knee. And if you want a little bit more to this, you can even think about pulling the knee backwards, and you'll really feel lots of engagement in the hamstrings and the glutes. Come down and switch. So that was a lot longer than we should have held that one for, but you just want to hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds and then come back down and alternate to the other side. Back and forth. 2, we'll do that once more on each side. Good. Okay, so those are our butt kicks, or hamstring curl. Next one, we're going to do our lateral steps. Again, holding onto the counter, standing upright. You're gonna take a step out to the side and then come back in. Take a step out to the side and come back in. With time, you're gonna be able to start bending the supporting leg and reaching the other leg out further and further away, but just do what you're comfortable with. So again, I'm just doing 3 on each side right now, but you're more than welcome to do more repetitions if you feel like your body needs it. So we did our lateral steps. Now we're gonna do our reverse step. So I'm gonna step back nice and far. We wanna make sure that our feet are not too narrow, like we're walking a tightrope. So when you do take that step back, you wanna have some width to your legs here, and this is gonna provide you with more stability. Ideally, we lift the heel of the back leg off of the ground, and you'll notice that I'm just actually on my toes here, right? And then we're gonna step back. Other side. Keep your chest upright, come back. Step back and in. Step back and in. One more time on each side. Back and in, back and in. Fantastic. So I'm gonna get rid of this here. The next part, you're gonna need a chair or a stool, something comfortable that you can sit down in, something sturdy. I'm gonna show you 3, but you can do more if you want. We're going from a seated position to a standing position. So I first start by shifting my weight forward so that my center of gravity is right over my feet. If you need to use your hands, or if you have a walker or anything you want to assist you, you can too. So I'll use my hands to help me just gently here. And I'm gonna stand up. When you stand up, you're gonna straighten out, look straight ahead, be nice and tall. And then we're gonna slowly sit back down. So the objective here is to try not to plop down into the chair. So I want you to shoot your butt backwards. You're gonna bend the knees, really thinking about lowering the hips to the ground. Again, if you need your hands to assist you here, you can. So they're really nice and slow, intentional repetitions. Come up, stand up, hips go back. We're gonna slowly try to place our hips down onto the seat. And then one more time, stand up. And then trying to be really gentle and quiet as we go back down. Excellent. From here, we're going into a nice wide stance. We call this a sumo stance. This is our seated overhead reach. And then we're gonna fold forward and try to touch the floor. Now you may not be able to touch the floor here. That's okay. Just let your head hang, let your body round. Then you're gonna push your feet into the ground, sit up tall again, reach overhead. Take a deep breath in, exhale, fold forward. Now let's say you can touch the ground. Your fingertips will touch first. Your next goal is to try to get your palms down to the ground. And if you're really flexible, you can even bend your elbows. But again, just go to wherever you feel comfortable. Let's do that one more time. Reach overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Let the head hang. Let the arms be nice and limp here. We're gonna roll down towards the floor. Good. And then we can go to a full seated position. You can bring your legs back in. And then the last movement, if you have a resistance band, you can go ahead and use it. But if you don't have one, that's okay. You can still kind of follow along with the movements here, thinking of squeezing the shoulder blades together. But we're gonna get the arms out. A couple things you wanna think about: keeping the elbows locked out, and you wanna make sure that your shoulder is not coming up to your ears. So you wanna push the shoulders, both shoulders down, elbows straight, and we're gonna pull the band apart, bringing it to the chest, and really thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then you're gonna slowly release. This one, we're actually gonna do a few more reps here. So I'll do 6, I'll double it. If you find this really difficult, then you may wanna get a little bit more space between your hands to just give the band a little bit more slack. And if you find this easy, then we can bring the hands closer together on the band. And like I said, if you don't have a band, just work on pulling your arms apart. Really think about squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then bring your hands back. So that's our full daily mobility routine. Great way to start your day. But remember, you can take any of these movements here and disperse it throughout your day. You can do it before bed. The more movement you can integrate in your day, the better. Let me know if you have any questions.